80 degrees, 79 there on your screen. A little warm when you open the door this morning, so be prepared.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hope you had an awesome weekend. Good morning, everybody. It's 6 o'clock on your Monday, June 3rd.
Yes, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Definitely, if you can get some iced coffee, that would be a little helpful this morning.
Definitely. Is he right there? Is he like literally right there?
Very close.
Yeah, Mike Osterhage
getting closer.
is joining us. Hey, Mike.
Iced coffee, iced bath, anything like that you
Sure.
can, any way to stay cool, because on the serious side, we do have some heat advisories for our southern counties today. It's just a point, you just got to take it easy. So
You're right, Captain Frappuccino.
I had to cut my grass yesterday morning, even like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like,
good
I knocked out a
Lord.
yard yesterday around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I finished just in time.
Yeah, because in the afternoon, especially with that sun, because again, got to emphasize all the numbers we talk about are in the shade. If you get in the direct sun, you're getting heated up by that, not on top of just feeling what the air temperature is out there, which the air temperature right now is pretty darn high. We're at 80. Almost 10 above normal, and that's the average all around the area, upper 70s, low 80s, a ton of humidity. When you get these numbers, again, 74s, 5s, 6s, look at that, 77 dew point temperatures from Gonzales all the way over toward Pleasanton. Tropical rainforest, however you want to describe it. I mean, it's like walking into just a wall of water, basically, that sort of pushes back when you walk outside. 85 is what it feels like. 90 is the heat index right now at Pleasanton. Heat advisories, as I mentioned, in our southern counties, and there will be more issued over the course of the week, either heat advisories, excessive heat warnings all around the area, because these temperatures just aren't going anywhere, nor is the humidity, especially in the first portion of the day. It will drop slightly in the afternoons. Mold, grass, both on the low side, and throughout the rest of today, make it up to 90 at noon. Some clouds this morning, a little more sunshine out there. Those heat index readings, it'll feel like the low hundreds, and we get up to 98. 20% chance, if that may be a little generous, for a stray shower or thunderstorm later on today, especially out in portions of the hill country. Not great rain chances. If something does happen to pop up, maybe strong, potentially severe. We'll talk about that. And looks like we got some more triple digits in the forecast. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ is out about right now, right by 35 at a big repair project. Good morning, sir.
That's right, Mike. Yeah, you know what? One of the biggest questions that I get while doing the traffic beat, the traffic anchoring, is what's up with the Brooklyn-McCullough exit north of downtown? Well, now we have an answer, because after close to a year, crews will finally start the process of reopening the ramp, but it will take some time. So we're live right now, and we just saw one of these construction crews kind of roll up to the scene here as we see some of the barriers laid out here in the frontage road of I-35, and we also have construction crews a little bit further down the frontage road also kind of getting things ready for today's start. So you may remember that a trash fire from a drainage ditch actually damaged the bottom of the ramp last June, shutting it down for months. Well, TxDOT officials determined that the structure was not safe for drivers and placed a concrete barrier on the exit. Well, later this morning, crews will start to demolish the ramp for the next 2 weeks. This work will take place during the daytime hours, around 8 a.m. start today to around 5 p.m. in the afternoon. The frontage road, again, from Atlanta Avenue to Brooklyn Avenue, will be closed for the duration of this project. But good news is that they are not expecting any major closures here on the main lanes of I-35 South. And if all goes well, it should be fully reopened by this fall. So coming back out here live, again, we just saw one of the construction crews roll up here. Again, the work's going to start here at 8 o'clock this morning. They've had these barriers in place since basically last Friday is when they started to put those in place, and also some of the construction equipment that they're going to be using. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to tell you a little bit more about that process of demolishing that ramp. It will not include explosives, so we're going to hear from TxDOT in just a bit. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Let's look out there with TransGuide, some of the shots around town. There's a look at Loop 1604 at Lookout Road, where things are moving. Also moving there in this shot at Green Mountain and also at I-35. We were looking at the website, and it looks like it looks pretty clear for the most part. Just a bunch of construction around town, along I-35 and I-10. So just be aware of the construction and be careful on your way to work.
San Antonio and Bexar County fire crews spent parts of Sunday dealing with a brush fire on the east side. However, investigators haven't said what caused it. Flames were spotted near 10 and North Foster around 1 p.m. Sunday. Neighbors also took matters into their own hands at their homes by watering their fences near the fire.
Well, in the latest KSAT Investigates, we did a deep dive on a question that's caused a feud in Kirby. Can customers use a private driveway to enter and exit a business? Well, the question is at the heart of a heated land dispute that's led to multiple arrests and criminal charges in Kirby. An attorney for the business's owners even filed a lawsuit that names the town's police chief as a defendant.
Each person has had some culpability in either them getting cited or them getting arrested, or the fact that they personally took part in violating her property rights.
Well, you can catch this latest episode right now on our website, KSAT.com.
Looking ahead, at least 2 mayors from Texas border towns will be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. They're expecting the announcement of a new executive order. The purpose of the order: curb the number of migrants allowed to seek asylum in the U.S. So far, the mayors of Edinburgh and Brownsville are confirmed to be attending, but the White House has not revealed how many other mayors have been invited.
In your morning headlines, a new president has been elected in Mexico, and she's the first female president in the country's history. Claudia Sheinbaum is a climate scientist and former mayor of Mexico City. So yesterday's elections were peaceful, and she says her 2 competitors called her yesterday to recognize her victory. She will begin a 6-year term on October 1st.
At least 1 person is dead, 24 others hurt after a mass shooting in Akron, Ohio. A reward of over $20,000 is on the table for information leading to the arrest of a suspect. Police say the victims range in age from 19 to 43, most in their 30s. Evidence suggests it was a drive-by shooting at a birthday party. Officials in Akron also say over 100 people might have witnessed the shooting, so they could be key to identifying and capturing whoever is responsible.
And happening today, we haven't heard his name in a while, but we are talking about Dr. Anthony Fauci.
He's the man who became the face of the COVID pandemic response here in America. This morning, he is back in the spotlight and heading to Capitol Hill.
As ABC's Allison Cossack reports, he's about to face some tough questions.
This morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci is set to publicly testify on Capitol Hill for the first time in 2 years in what's expected to be a fiery hearing led by House Republicans.
You're absolutely incorrect. As usual, Senator, you are incorrect. Almost everything you said.
No, you deny.
Today's hearing about the government's handling of the pandemic could be reminiscent of heated exchanges like this. Fauci claims Senator Rand Paul's repeated attacks have put his life and his family's safety at risk.
That kindles the crazies out there, and I have threats upon my life, harassment of my family and my children.
Ahead of the hearing, a subcommittee has released a transcript of closed-door interviews with Fauci in January in which he was questioned about whether he knew about former colleagues allegedly skirting public records laws. In one email exchange, a former colleague wrote to another, "There is no worry about Freedom of Information Act requests, FOIAs. I can either send stuff to Tony on his private Gmail or hand it to him at work or at his house. He is too smart to let colleagues send him stuff that could cause trouble." Dr. Fauci also acknowledged in the closed-door session, as he had before publicly, that the Wuhan, China lab leak hypothesis regarding the origin of COVID-19 is one of 2 likely possibilities. But Fauci continued to insist no federal funds were used for research to manipulate the coronavirus to be more transmissible at the facility. Today, Dr. Fauci is also expected to face questions about social distancing, masking, and remote schooling, and whether guidance on those issues approved by the CDC director was based on science. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Well, over on the West Coast, evacuations are underway in Northern California as a wildfire continues to grow in San Joaquin County. The Coral Fire began in the city of Tracy and is around 50% containment. More than 14,000 acres have burned since that fire started on Saturday afternoon. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Looking ahead, the launch of Boeing's new spacecraft was delayed this weekend. However, ground crews will have another chance at liftoff coming up Wednesday. Boeing's Starliner launch was halted Saturday due to a computer issue. The historic mission is part of NASA's their commercial crew program meant to replace the agency's retired space shuttle program.
Time now, 6:10 and 79 degrees for now.
After the break, school districts getting ready to keep kids fed this summer here in the Alamo City. How you can sign up your child for free summer meals in just moments.
And looking out there with a live cam on this Monday morning, yeah, it's kind of humid out there at 79 degrees, and things are going to heat up this afternoon as well. We're going to check in with Mike about maybe long-range relief, but this week it's going to be hot.
Welcome back. School is out and summer is here.
And as fun as that can be for all the kiddos, some are wondering where their next meal will come from. So Idea Public Schools, they're stepping up to help. Starting today, the school's child nutrition program will be offering free breakfast and lunches to all the kids in our community that are 18 years old or younger. The school is able to do this thanks to the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program.
Breakfast will be served starting in just over an hour, 7:30 this morning until 9. Lunch is from 11 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon. Free meals will be served Monday through Friday from now through July 26th. According to Feeding America, nearly 1 in 4 children across our state face hunger, and this will help lower that statistic.
We understand that access to meals over the summer might be burdensome to some of our families. So we are happy to help bridge that gap by relieving families of some of the potential added meal costs that they may feel over the summer.
And you do not have to register to get a meal. Simply show up to any Idea campus, sign in, and your kid can get their food. You can learn more about Idea's child nutrition program by heading over to our website at KSAT.com. And again, with the kids out of school, don't forget to check out our KSAT Kids section on KSAT.com. You can find it under the Entertainment tab, and we post all the Science with Sarah experiments there, as well as other content directed at families and kids, like the latest exhibits at local museums and shows at local theaters.
You can also find out info about summer meals from different school districts and take a look at all of our different zoo cams. And if you want, you can sign up for a free newsletter to get the latest KSAT Kids information right to your email inbox.
Time now is 6:16, and from this angle, the roads look okay?
They do. I was just looking because RJ's out in the field, so we're tapping into TxDOT's page here. We have a disabled vehicle right now. This is listed as I-10 at northbound 37 in that general area. And we also have a disabled vehicle southbound 410 at Highway 151.
Other than that, roads look good. It looked like 410 at Somerset. It looked like things were going a little slow, but at least it's moving. For sure.
People trying to drive through all this humidity. It's like driving in mud. Yeah. It's funny to think because humidity always feels like it's just weighing down on you.
Right.
Humid air is a lot molecularly lighter than dry air is. Airplanes, if it's very, very cold still air, can take off in a lot shorter runway.
Oh, sure.
Than the humid air, which is actually lighter. And that's why we always talk about how it becomes kind of volatile. And, in this humid air, you can get those thunderstorms to develop. So.
And speaking of storms, really interesting just the other day, due to big storms in Houston, a Air France A350 was diverted to San Antonio. And to our knowledge, that's the first Airbus A350 to ever land at our airport.
Really?
Yes.
Because of weather.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we've had Dreamliners, but not the European version before.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Couple of airplanes.
Yeah.
Stephanie's going, it's an airplane. It's an airplane.
It's a plane.
It's a different one.
Where do we take off? Where do we land? Blah, blah, blah.
All right, take a look at this picture. Camping over there at Medina Lake. When my boys were in Scouts and we'd go on campouts and all that, I don't know what was worse, really, really cold or really, really hot. Yeah, so when it's hot and humid, it's tough to sleep in this, but beautiful out there and a beautiful sunset. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, take a look outside right now, and not going to have any sort of a gorgeous sunrise by any stretch. We've got a lot of clouds hanging around here. May see a few holes here and there in the clouds. This is obviously looking down to the south to southwest over there at 410. Heat advisories go into effect for our southern counties later on today. There will be more heat advisories, maybe excessive heat warnings posted over the course of the week because really nothing is going to be changing all that much. Computer model, we've got 1 or 2 Showers, thunderstorms developing off the mountains of Mexico later on today. There will be one or two of them out there in parts of the hill country, even though there's not a lot. Rain chances overall aren't that great, but if something does pop, it can be strong to severe because we've got this very volatile atmosphere. It's very buoyant when it's got all this humidity in it. So even though, like I said, rain chances aren't that great, there is that small chance that something may become strong to severe. All right, let's take a look ahead, and this is going into next week. Still staying on the warm side of things. The odds of being above normal low temperature or normal high temperatures, are now in the low 90s. As far as rain chances, not much, a little bit. It's not anything, really jumping off the charts. And even then going into the middle of the month, it's still, we are going to remain on the warm side and not anything to write home about as far as any rain chances around here. And again, I keep talking about the upper level steering winds. All the activity, which is usually the case, is up there to the north. And it's this big high right here. You can see this big circle. And that's what's sitting on top of us. And this pushes down on the atmosphere. Now, it is slightly to the west, and as we go into the first part of next week, as the center of this is a little bit more over there to the west of it, it's still going to stay on the hot side of things, but we get this coming around the northern side of it, this northwesterly flow. That's a little promising as far as when that situation, you can get little disturbances sliding on in here. And that's why you look way down the road and there's a chance of rain maybe late next Wednesday into Thursday. But again, that's still a week and a half away. A stray storm today. Otherwise, it's just going to be hot and humid. The little bit of saving grace is going to be slightly lower afternoon humidity in the middle and latter part of the week, so a little bit more comfortable if you're in the shade. But like I said, there will be more heat advisories, excessive heat warnings posted in various parts of the area all week long.
That time of year.
Yep. Well, actually not. It's this is more like what it would feel like in early August, late July, early August, and then some.
Eek.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little screwed up with the calendar here.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Mike. I don't know if I've ever heard you put it quite like that succinctly. Kind of
Come on, Mother Nature.
Come on, get with the program. We need to have a long talk, Mother Nature. 620, 79 degrees.
Well, just ahead, a 46-year-old man was bitten more than once by a shark while swimming off the coast of San Diego. That's next in your GMA First Look.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the sign says it all. Shark incident. Do not enter.
Ran down without knowing what he was running toward and responding to.
Beaches closed north of San Diego after a 46-year-old man was bitten by a shark in Del Mar Sunday morning.
I called the medics, just sensing the urgency before understanding what the nature of the call was.
The man reportedly swimming roughly 100 yards offshore with a group of other swimmers that frequent those waters when he was bit.
There was an initial bump, and then there was a bite, and then there was the shark still in range, potentially like coming back toward him, and him having to like reach out and kind of defend, and that's where the hand and arm lacerations were sustained.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how lifeguards are keeping you safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
San Antonio Brahmas won their last 3 games to force a winner gets home field battle against the Battlehawks for the upcoming XFL Conference title game. Brahmas were down 10-0 at halftime, but got on the board in the second half San Antonio able to pull within one on a last-second touchdown, but the Brahmas would fail on the two-point conversion attempt after their first try was overturned with a challenge. San Antonio would get the ball back with a minute to go, but their 51-yard field goal attempt is no good, goes left. Actually had a chance to watch this game for the first time this season. Battlehawks win that one 13-12. So with that, St. Louis will host the Brahmas in the conference championship coming up this Sunday, June 9th.
Our school is national champs in softball, and it's going to take a minute to soak in, but they deserve it. They've been the #1 team from start to finish.
So before we go to break, congrats to the Our Lady of the Lake University softball team. They won the NAIA Softball World Series for the first time in program history. The #1 seeded Saints won 2-0 last Wednesday over Jessup University to bring home the school's first national championship title. 6 of the players are on the roster are from San Antonio and the surrounding areas. The Saints finished 57-3 overall.
That's a heck of a record.
Yeah, what a great season.
Congratulations on your title.
Congrats. Time now, 6:26 and 79 degrees for now.
We're going to be checking in with RJ again coming up out there in the field where they've begun work on the 35 Brooklyn ramp finally. But the sun is up. Traffic is rolling at 410 and Morrison. We'll be right back. Outside with live cam. You know it's going to be a very warm day when our morning low temperature is only about 79 degrees so far. And that doesn't even factor in the extreme humidity on your Monday morning.
Yeah, very humid out there. Good morning. It is 6:30 and it is Monday, June 3rd.
For most kiddos, school is already out, but one of the biggest districts in San Antonio, the biggest as a matter of fact, still has one more week to go.
Yeah, a full week. Well, my daughter's out, and so, but her best friend is still in school, and she's like, well, what do you mean you're still in school?
Right.
Yeah, another week to go.
Hang in there, Rooney.
Yeah, hang in there.
Yeah, and if you do it, get the kids ready for school, it's going to be shorts and flip-flops this week, and really, really hot in the afternoon. So look at that. I mean, it almost looks like the lens is kind of fogged up a little bit. As a matter of fact, if you go from air conditioning and then go outside, your glasses will probably get fogged up with humidity like this. I mean, just look at that. Yeah, just that fuzzy look off there in the distance because of all that humidity. It feels, well, the actual air temperature is 80 here in town. Low 80s, some upper 70s, more 80s on the map than 70s right now. The humidity, of course, dew points are mid-upper 70s. Again, this is window dripping, fog up your glasses kind of humidity. It feels like 85 out there at the airport, 87 at Randolph, Floresville, Pleasanton, and 88. You win the prize over there in Nixon. Heat advisories posted for later on this afternoon for our southern counties. More heat advisories or excessive heat warnings are going to be posted for the rest of the week, just because temperatures aren't going to be going anywhere except up a little bit. Grass and mold are both on the low side. So hot, humid, maybe a storm out to the northwest later on today. Very low chances of seeing rain, but if something pops, that could be on the strong side. A bit hotter tomorrow, and then looks like we're going to see a pretty good chance of getting a couple of more triple-digit temperatures here in town. Of course, off to the west, you're going to see triple digits today and throughout the rest of the week. At least indications are that we will see lower humidity in the afternoons toward the middle portion and latter portion of the week. So it's going to be a bit more tolerable, but still really, really hot out there. So any relief in sight, we'll take a look ahead in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ is out and about, actually not too far from here, right there at that closed exit ramp on 35 south of Brooklyn. What's the latest, RJ?
Yes, Mike. You know what? A lot of people have been asking for months now, what is going on with the Brooklyn-McCullough Avenue exits? And we finally have some answers. You see behind me, we already have construction crews that are setting up for some of this work that's going to start here at 8 o'clock today. So starting at that time, crews will begin to demolish the Brooklyn Avenue exit ramp after a closure that lasted nearly a year. So you may remember that a trash fire started in a drainage ditch, and that actually damaged the bottom of the ramp. This one goes all the way back to last June. It shut it down for months, and TxDOT was trying to figure out what they're going to do. They determined that the ramp was not safe for drivers or repairers, so they decided that they were just going to go ahead and demolish the ramp over the next 2 weeks. This work will take place from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon every day, and after that, crews will then begin to rebuild this ramp. So the frontage road from Atlanta Avenue to Brooklyn Avenue will be closed for the duration of the project. Here's some more information about the project from TxDOT.
It'll just be work during the daytime, and there won't be any explosives. They'll be using saws to cut through the material through the columns to demolish that structure. Again, that'll take about 2 weeks. So come mid-June, they'll begin the reconstruction process of the ramp.
All right, and that ramp is expected to reopen by this fall of this year. So that's some good news. Also, some good news is that we're not expected to see any major closures on the main lanes of I-35 South. So all this work will be contained to the frontage road, again, from Atlanta Avenue to Brooklyn Avenue. And people that live and work in this area were notified of some of the demolition that will be taking place over the next couple of weeks. So, guys, we've already seen a couple of the construction crews show up to the scene. Again, this work starts in about an hour and a half out here. So just be prepared if you're going to be around the downtown area. Again, if you're driving through Brooklyn, McCullough, that the frontage road will be closed as crews finally get to work on this long overdue project. I know a lot of people are going to be happy to see this ramp reopen later this fall. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Well, thank you, RJ. And as you might have noticed, I-10 and 1604 are also seeing tons of construction. For a complete list of road closures and detours you can take, just look for this article on our website, KSAT.com, so you can plan ahead.
And a quick traffic update right now. We have no accidents, but we have a stalled vehicle southbound 410 at 151. All right, staying on the roads this morning, if you have a teen driver at home, we have an important reminder for you.
That's right. We are currently in the 100 deadliest days for our nation's roadways.
According to AAA, from 2013 to 2022, over 7,400 people died in teen driver-related crashes during these 100 days. In Texas alone, 645 were killed during the same period. All these crashes caused by teen drivers.
This is something that we want all teens to think about, that your bad choice is not a temporary thing. It could last the rest of your life. It could change someone else's life.
So what can you do to keep your teens safe? Well, remember to talk to them about dangerous driving and avoiding distractions. Also, remind them to always wear a seatbelt, slow down, and watch out for others on the roadway. Well, new this morning, San Antonio emergency crews say a building was nearly destroyed by a fire on the city's northeast side. Now, flames were spotted after 4:30 this morning on Bulverde Road and Stall Road. So that's near Wetmore Road and Thousand Oaks Drive. So crews at the scene say half of that building was destroyed after the back part of the roof collapsed. No injuries were reported.
Looking ahead, 3 high school graduations for SAISD are moving indoors because of heat concerns this week. Brackenridge High School, Sam Houston, and Highlands High School graduations will all be inside the Alamo Convocation Center instead of Alamo Stadium. Brack is on June 4th, Sam Houston June 7th, and Highlands is June 8th. All 3 commencements are scheduled for 8 p.m.
Well, meanwhile, the end of the school year is here, and school districts say they are ready to keep kids fed this summer. Well, starting today, districts like SAISD, Edgewood, Comal, NEISD, Southwest ISD, and IDEA Public Schools will be offering free breakfast and lunch. So for more information on the dates, the school campuses, and the times, you can head over to our website at KSAT.com.
And here's another event to put on your calendar this week. Wednesday, KSAT 12 and AARP will be at Stable Hall over at the Pearl from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for a discussion on the future of Social Security. If Congress doesn't act soon, people who rely on the program, like retirees, would lose almost 20% of their benefits by the year 2035. KSAT's Stephanie Jimenez will be hosting and speaking to experts about what's at stake and what you can do to help protect your Social Security. You can scan this QR code to get your free tickets. A link will pop up, so click on that. From there, you'll go to the AARP website. You have to register, create an account if you don't already have one. You will sign onto a secure website and then you can register for tickets.
Well, before we go to break, we are talking about San Antonio code enforcement and just how fair it is.
This comes as City Council considers creating a committee to review 2 codes for metal recyclers.
Our Avery Everett takes a look at what this all means.
San Antonio codes for recycling yards could soon be rewritten, but some businesses wonder if new codes will make a difference.
It's not a bad thing as long as they enforce it equally upon everybody.
A spokesperson for San Antonio, District 5, says a council consideration request that would create a committee to review 2 chapters of city code is waiting to get put on the agenda of the Planning and Community Development Committee to move forward. The codes the CCR would review are one on fire prevention and the other on licenses and business regulations, all specifically to address used automotive recyclers and metal recycling entities. KSAT started looking into city codes late last year when neighbors reported concerns about Monterey Iron and Metal on Frio City Road. Multiple code violations nearly prompted the city to revoke its recycling license. Monterey is now in compliance, but questions about code enforcement came up during our investigation.
That's right.
So we took those questions to Michael Shannon,
Stakeholder balance.
the director of the city's Development Services Department. He says about 70 recycling properties should be inspected about once a month, and that falls on 2 full-time employees.
How often do you think that that's actually accomplished?
You know, it's not an exact science.
Is budgeting a concern when it comes to the number of inspections that happen in a given month?
I think right now, we're okay.
But Daniel Hack at Texas Auto Salvage says it's a pretty sporadic process.
What's that look like from your perspective?
And when the city doesn't enforce them equally upon everybody, it hurts our business.
With these codes potentially changing, Hack says the city inspection process also needs a second look.
The city has total control over what they want to give you and what they don't want to give you.
What is your response to that?
Well, I don't think that's true at all. If we find violations, we give notices of violations.
As of now, no timeline has been set on this review process.
Just be fair across the board. That's it.
To see where exactly the CCR stands within the city right now and the rest of the process it still has to undergo, we have that full breakdown on KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
640, 79 degrees.
Well, just ahead, we're going to introduce you to a liver transplant recipient who is thankful to hospital staff who helped him find a match. Why he says what happened to him was divine intervention.
In this city and this state, I mean, we really need more donors. So that's important to save people's lives.
That San Antonio man says a donor saved him. Now he's calling on our community to be a hero to someone else.
Adrian Lozano is a liver transplant recipient who celebrated his 50th birthday over the weekend.
Great looking family. He says it's all thanks to hospital staff who helped him find a match in just 10 short days.
And he tells our Patty Santos what happened to him was divine intervention.
I literally was yellow and then I started turning gray. Like, it was crazy.
In a matter of weeks, Adrian Lozano, a weightlifting enthusiast and active man in his 40s, started to lose muscle weight. After a drastic change in appearance, he went to the ER.
I started kind of having like allergy symptoms and then just wasn't really eating a lot.
The trip revealed he was in trouble. His model for end-stage liver disease, or MELD score, was at 40. That's the highest score, which means he was at risk of dying.
My kidneys started to shut down. They were basically at 20%. And I reached for the door and I didn't make it and I fell. And that's when I was like, okay, this is not good.
He was diagnosed with acute alcohol hepatitis. 10 days later, on August 4th, 2023, he received a liver transplant during a 10-hour operation.
A lot of people are on the wait list for up to 2-3 years, maybe longer, but I was fortunate to get a transplant in 10 days.
He credits divine intervention, a donor, and the Methodist Hospital specialty and transplant staff.
Truly, thank you. Really blessed. Absolutely love the liver team.
These days, he's back at the gym and living life to the fullest, and he's enjoying really cool memories like meeting Spurs icon Sean Elliott.
Was really cool because I was there when he hit the 1999 Memorial Day miracle, and it was my birthday, so it was cool. He signed the ball for me, and we got to talk a little bit about being both recipients.
And according to Donate Live, there are 13 million Texans registered with the organization. 10,000 Texans are in need of a donor right now. You can head to KSAT.com for ways to register there. And as you guys know, it is all about finding the right match. So even if you do register, you have to be able to find the match that goes with the right person.
You bet. If you don't have that little donor heart on your driver's license, you can do it in other ways.
Yes, for sure.
Well, we're glad that someone stepped up to donate.
Yeah, and hopefully this inspires someone else to do that. I know I was a little hesitant at first, but when you hear stories like this, you just do it.
100%. Thank you, Patty.
Glad Adrian is doing well. Time now 6:46. Let's go ahead and look out there with TransGuide.
All right, we don't have any accidents right now, but we're getting 2 reports of debris in the road. One is southbound 410. Where was that one?
Oh, here you go. 410 Military Drive.
410 at Military? Okay, debris in the road there. And then we're also getting reports of debris on the road on very busy I-35 north, but way up at York Creek, and that is as you get closer to San Marcos. But other than that, we've had a pretty good morning so far on the roads. Knock on plexiglass.
Yeah, plexiglass here.
Yeah.
All right, when you step outside, your glasses are probably going to fog up if you wear glasses going from the air conditioning outside. And the humidity, it's some of the highest humidity, we see around here. And this has been the case for the past couple of weeks when we just get this oppressive stuff. Of course, we had that break last week.
Which was
about
nice.
a day.
That was nice.
Yeah, so forget about all that by looking at this beautiful picture.
Oh, wow. Another winner there.
Sunset over Woodlawn Lake this weekend as it comes to a close and the heat cranks back up. Thank you for the all capital letters on heat cranks up there, Mr. McClellan, but no, appreciate the picture. It's beautiful out there. Gee, let's go back to this picture and just look at that and then go, look at all that humidity hanging on top of us right now. We have heated alerts, heat advisories that go into effect for southern counties later on today. And this is going to be the situation, again, heat index readings are going to be above 105. And that's where your body really has a tough time cooling itself. And this is going to be the situation for the rest of the week. In places, various areas, heat advisories, excessive heat warnings are going to be issued by the Weather Service. As far as rain today, this is the computer model that's a little bit generous. Been showing this morning. Wants to generate some storms off the mountains of Mexico there, and then a few of these here. Now, if any storms do develop, and they can push out those outflow boundaries, mini cold fronts, which can then spawn something else. There's not much out there, maybe a couple of them here and there. So that's the biggest thing to take away from this is the rain chances aren't that great today. But if something does happen to develop with the somewhat unstable atmosphere, it can become on the severe side. So here's a look at the long-range computer model, and it is not very bullish with any rain at all. It showed perhaps maybe a fleeting little shot at some rain early Thursday morning. Otherwise, we'll go through the same situation with humidity in the morning and then clearing out. So what I'm going to do is then go into next week. And as this goes by Wednesday, notice how we get some of this flow coming in here out of the north. And this is going to give us a chance of rain. Now, again, this is still a week and a half away, but it's encouraging. But Wednesday into Thursday with this flow coming in here out of the north. So that would be with the high that's causing all the problems as far as the heat right now. If it decides to move just slightly to the west of us, we'd get into that northerly flow. So that's really, again, when you look at long-range computer models, the only chance we have at any rain right now, other than a stray storm or two today. But the only decent chance coming up here is not till the mid and latter portion of next week. So until then, it's going to remain very hot, humid. At least we'll see somewhat of a break in the afternoon humidity. And then it comes back in the mornings. We go through that daily cycle by the middle part of the week. So slight bit of relief.
We will take that slight bit of relief, Mike.
Anything, yes.
Thank you.
650, 79 degrees.
Let's look out there with live cam for now. Yeah, 79, almost 80. So like Mike said, be prepared for that when you open the door, especially if you have a nice AC running inside your home. It's going to be quite a difference when you open that door. We'll be right back.
Good Monday. It is great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, we're live on the scene following the wildfire in the West. That's in California. Forced evacuations over the weekend, and now some major heat, and that will bring the dew point of, the relative humidity down considerably. So I'll have the forecast for that. Plus severe storms and more damaging wind and tornadoes in the heartland. And then a first look at Pat Sajak's exit interview, how he's feeling about leaving Wheel of Fortune after 41 seasons, and his plans for the future. We also have a closer look at the high-protein foods being marketed to people on drugs used for weight loss, and some great gifts for all the dads on your list. You'll see it all on GMA.
Before you go this Monday morning, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Throughout June, the Alzheimer's Association is encouraging everyone to take charge of their brain health.
Well, the brain changes that cause Alzheimer's can start 20 years or more before symptoms appear. Exercise, diet, not smoking, challenging your mind, and controlling blood pressure could help reduce your risk.
Well, RJ is still out in the field right now, so we're going to check traffic for him right now, checking TransGuide cameras around town. Steph, you take a look at cameras. I'm going to look at the TxDOT page real quick. Do you see anything?
Good. Well, on the TransGuide cameras, actually everything's looking great. It's been looking great all Monday morning, and here's another shot here at 1604 at Lookout Road, where there are more vehicles on the roadways, but everything is moving right now.
Okay, and I'm seeing one disabled vehicle, 90 at 410 area. Sorry, 151 and 410. And then we have another disabled vehicle in the 410 Bandera Road area. Michael.
All right, so just take it easy when you hit the roads this morning, obviously, and it is humid out there. Once again, we are not catching any sort of a break in all this humidity. We have got temperatures right now at 86 degrees. Well, that's what it actually feels like when you factor in that humidity. 87 at Port SA as well as Poteet, and 88 Pleasanton and Nixon. Heat advisories are issued for our southern counties. We'll see more of these issued in one way, shape, or another throughout the rest of the week. And high temperature today up to, well, that's at 3 o'clock, 96. We'll top off at 98.
Oh, wow.
It stays hot all week long, too.
Ouch.
Even hotter than what we expect in June. Yeah. Okay, hang in there. Thanks for joining us today.
Good Morning America is next.